The Operation Frontia seizure, over 500 kilos of methamphetamine, is by far and away the largest ever seizure in our history. There's no doubt in my mind that that methamphetamine was intended for distribution right throughout our country. Te Oneroa Tohe, or 90 Mile Beach, is rugged, beautiful coastline. The original plan called for them to land that shipment, then to bury it in the sand dunes at the beach, and then they would be able to go back and retrieve that when they wanted to. The west coast of both the North and the South Island are extremely rough, which makes the landing of vessels and the launching of vessels off the coastline extremely difficult and impossible indeed in some locations. They have no experience on boats, on how to navigate and how to operate our boats. That's very clear. For example, we managed to identify that one of their number had been Googling on his laptop how to drive a boat. They took a decision that they needed to purchase another boat. On the Saturday morning, they purchased a boat for $98,000. They paid for that vessel in cash, and they produced that cash out of a shoebox. They launched the boat on the Saturday evening and head straight out to sea. Once the boat had left and disappeared out of sight, out to sea, the shore party packed up. They then went up the beach to a place called Pukateri. Their role is really to await the return of that rib and the two men with the consignment. It's very clear they knew nothing about what they were doing. They simply drove the boat right up onto the beach at full speed, made no attempt, for example, to lift the prop of the upward motor and left it high and dry. They unload the consignment into the camper van. One of their number is tasked with driving that vessel back to Auckland. Members of the public were on the beach at 3, 4 in the morning, obviously came across the rib high and dry on the sand dunes. They raised the alarm with local police, and certainly they were very suspicious about the circumstances that led to the rib being beached in the manner it was, and then the inquiry proper really commenced at that stage. So there might be a perception that they're a Keystone outfit, but the reality is they landed this. They did that relatively easily, and they were en route to Auckland, and it's just through that quick action by the locals, followed up by the staff in Kaitaia, that we were able to make this seizure. We all know what an insidious drug methamphetamine is. To be able to stop that is a huge win for not only the New Zealand Police but for New Zealand Inc. It's really, really significant. So, you know, the harm that we prevent is by stopping that at the border is almost incalculable.
Mr. Cullen, please stand. On the charge of importing methamphetamine, you are sentenced to 27 years imprisonment. You must serve a minimum period of imprisonment of 9 years.